Number one, you know, we knew it would be a struggle here a little bit for several reasons. But I was proud of the way our guys stepped up and responded. We were down a couple of players. Louisiana-Monroe is a team that offensively makes you guard. They play 4-out motion, 5-out motion a bunch. They reverse that ball, and reverse that ball, and make you guard. You know, in the first probably 6-7 minutes, looked like we had a hangover and didn't understand how good Louisiana-Monroe was. But I think after that, we went on a 23-11 run to finish the half, the first half. And then I thought the second half, when they made a little run early in that first part of the game, I thought my two seniors, D. Bost and Brian Bryant, really stepped up and made some defensive plays. And I thought offensively the second half, we played against a zone, two different kind of zones, consistently, with not much practice with those lineups. But I thought they adjusted really well in the second half. I thought we was really efficient. I thought we got that ball in the high post, low post much better. I thought Rodney Hood, as a freshman, made great adjustments. He moved around against different zones and made great adjustments. We were without Sidney, we were without Arnett, and it was very, very obvious we had to function a little bit differently. We couldn't get that ball inside the way we would like to, but I'm awful proud of our guys and the effort they played with.
What were the chances of Arnett playing tonight? I mean, he was available, wasn't he?
He was available. His chance was going to be, if that game if it got so we thought we had to have him, I was going to play him. But it never got to that point. And, you know, there's never no good games to rest him. We don't like resting, but it's good to be able to get him rest and still survive tonight. And that's what we was able to do with him.
How long do you think they'll both be out? Hard to say.
You know, Sidney's day by day. I don't know. Hey, I wish I had the answer. You know, and you guys can, I know everything's been said about everything. I understand all that. He got a hurt wrist. He hurt that last game. Could he have went today? If it was an emergency, I don't know. But I know he wasn't able to practice. And Arnett has got tendonitis in that knee. It's been bothering him a bunch. And the only way that gets better is through rest. And I wish we didn't have both of them out at the same time. And that's why Arnett was going to be available if we needed him.
Talk about the different types of sparks you got. D, obviously the assist, but also Brian with the back-to-back dunks to get the crowd into it.
I think both of them, both of them stepped up, man. D. Boss stepped up defensively and got that ball where it had to go and jumped up and made some shots. And Brian Bryant just got in some passing lanes and got out and got 2 dunks and just did what he did. I thought everybody between those lines played hard. I mean, again, those guys make it hard for you to defend. We didn't play but 6 guys really. I think Rock got 7 minutes. So when you're playing many minutes we were playing, and those guys, they make you defend so long. It's not easy. I was awful proud of the way our guys stepped up and did it now. And I was really proud of the way they made some adjustments. I mean, they kept changing from a 1-3-1 zone to a 2-3 zone. And our guys got pretty good at making some adjustments in it. I thought Rodney Hood was very good in the middle of that zone. When he jumped up around that rim, was able to score some baskets that hadn't seen him in there before. We've never put him in there before. So I told him I found another guy who can play in the middle of the zone.
I feel like just your quickness and speed kind of overwhelmed them a little bit the second half.
I think we just wore them down. And that's hard to say with 6 guys, 7 guys, you wore them down. But I think our pressure did. I think our pressure just wore them down. They weren't near as efficient from that 3-point line. They made 3 3-pointers the first 6 minutes. They made 3 the rest of the game. And I just thought that we had great ball. Problem the first half, we had great ball movement the first half now. And we had 8 assists, 4 turnovers. We had great ball movement. That ball went through everybody's hands. But the problem was it always ended up in a wide open jumper. We got wide open jumpers or 3-pointers the first half. Well, you can't, even though it's wide open, you got to be able to get something at that rim. In the second half, we did a much better job getting stuff around that baseline, around the middle of that zone.
Rick,
How
talk
are you
about
guys just handling, you know, they're ranked for the first time almost in 2 years, you come to a game like this, you're missing 2 guys. What were the guys like going on the court beforehand?
Guys, I'll tell you, you know, you look back at this game, remember 10 minutes ago in the game, they're even with Tennessee. They were dead even. Then Tennessee, last 10 minutes, spurts on them and beats them 23 points. But for the first 30 minutes, it's a dead even game with Tennessee. I don't know when I came in, at halftime, Tennessee had led Duke most of the first half. So Tennessee's not a bad basketball team. For our guys to go in this game, down 2 pretty good players, affects your rotation as much as anything, your depth. And to come out here and, you know, play as hard as they played, make the adjustments we had to make in one day, playing small, I think they handled it pretty well.
Rick, you're without Moultrie, you're without Sidney, but you win every inside category. You won rebounding, you won second chance, you won points in the paint.
Just hustle, buddy. That's just hustle. That's what we had. You know, you look at Hood's stats. Hood, 20 and 8.
I'm looking at Brian Bryant.
You got Brian Bryant, 17 and 10.
10.
So you get 2 perimeter guys that we moved around and played 4 spot tonight. They both played 3 and 4. Depends on who was in the game. But one of them was at the 3 or 4 all night. And for those 2 guys to get 18 rebounds between them, that's nothing but hard work and effort right there. That's what we were. I thought we played hard. I mean, we always played smart or made the right read defensively. But hey, all you can ask is you feel like you guys give you everything they had. I think they did that for sure.
You got 20 assists on 31 makes too. You've been that efficient lately, or is that about as good as it gets?
That's pretty efficient there. The one thing I wish I had one more of in there, I wish Wendell would have been more efficient on that block. He takes 2 shots, and those are 2 putbacks.
Right.
So everybody else around that, I don't know if you can get him more efficient. We had that one more guy right there, offensively, feeling a few things, getting those gaps, and being a little more aggressive with that basketball. Then you get real efficient. But you know, we know Wendell's not his strength. We know that. We didn't put him in a lot of situations where we're pounding that ball to the post for him. So that's what's good about it. We did it in different ways tonight.
I think the zone bothered Wendell just a bit.
Oh, yeah, he does. Absolutely, you know. Finding gaps, seeing gaps, understand when to step in. It's different for him. He's been much more comfortable playing man because that's what he's done. And now he can get a feel for it. But, you know, this team had played man-to-man all season. The first time we played zone was the second half against South Louisiana. They were down 12 at halftime. They went zone, played the rest of the half, and had last-second shot to win it. So I wasn't surprised they came in here in open zone and played zone. So we had a little bit of time yesterday to kind of think about it some, made a little more adjustments today. After we got Southeast Louisiana film in, gave us a couple more adjustments in the zone. But I thought our guys did a good job adjusting that. Now, again, I'm proud of Rodney Hood and inside that zone. I don't know if you guys really see that, but his stats are 9 for 13. And a lot of those are inside around that zone. And like I said, Brian Bryant and D. Boss stepped up.
What's our Arnett's availability for Friday, or do you just?
I hope he'll be ready. I'm planning on him again. You know, I'm gonna watch film on UT Martin, and we'll see what Scotty says and sees where he's at on it. You know, it's one of those things, and nothing gonna help it, a little bit of rest. I don't like resting him at all. You guys know that. Hey, would he have made a difference inside that zone tonight? So, it wasn't like I enjoyed resting him. But if it's something that helps him play better, I don't know if you guys noticed it. You didn't notice it. Y'all didn't notice it because he played so hard. Y'all didn't notice him in that New York game, that last game. Y'all didn't notice it. He got believe it or not, hobbling a little bit on that knee. But you don't notice him that ball shot. He goes and gets it. So it'll be day by day, game by game. I hope he's back Friday just to say that.